Before you fall asleep tonight, let's slow everything down. There's nothing you need to do, nothing you need to fix, nothing you need to understand perfectly. Just allow these words to gently carry you away. What you're about to hear is not meant to wake your mind, but to quiet it. Tonight, we'll take a calm journey through the cosmos, moving slowly, softly, without rushing anywhere. If you enjoy peaceful science journeys like this, you can quietly subscribe now. So this calm is always here when you need it. And if you're ready, take one slow breath in and let it go. The universe begins in silence, and so do we. Before anything else existed, before light, before stars, before time itself, there was quiet. Picture that for a moment. Not darkness, not emptiness, just a gentle, endless stillness, like the calm just before you fall asleep. Most people imagine the universe beginning with a loud explosion, but the truth is much softer. The beginning of everything wasn't violent. It was subtle, so subtle that even silence would have sounded loud compared to it. As you listen, allow your shoulders to relax. Let your breathing slow down, because the universe didn't rush into existence, and neither do you. What you're about to hear tonight may gently change how you see space and how you feel inside it. If you enjoy calm journeys like this, you can quietly subscribe now. No rush, just a soft tap. And as we drift forward together, remember this. The universe didn't wake up suddenly. It slowly became aware. And that awareness is still unfolding. In the next moment, we'll discover something surprising. Something that makes space feel far less crowded than your thoughts. Here is a calming fact many people never realize. The universe is not full. It is mostly empty. Between stars, between galaxies, between everything you can imagine, there is an ocean of space so vast and quiet that emptiness itself becomes peaceful. If your mind ever feels crowded at night, this thought can feel like a deep breath. Imagine floating in that space. No pressure, no noise, no urgency. Even inside galaxies, stars are separated by distances so large that light takes years just to cross them. This emptiness is not loneliness. It is room to exist. Room for stars to shine. Room for planets to move. Room for you to rest. If you're still listening, gently comment the word space, just to let yourself know you're here. And here's the curiosity that keeps us drifting. Without this vast emptiness, stars could never survive. That quiet nothingness is what makes everything possible. And next, we'll softly challenge a common myth, one that makes space sound far more frightening than it really is. Many people believe space is freezing, bitter, hostile. But here's the quiet truth. Space is not cold. Cold needs something. Particles, air, motion, and space has almost nothing at all. In most places between stars, there are fewer atoms than you could imagine. So few, that temperature loses its meaning. There is nothing to steal your warmth. Nothing pressing against you, nothing demanding energy. Space doesn't bite. It doesn't rush toward you. It simply exists. And knowing this can feel unexpectedly comforting, because sometimes what scares us isn't reality. It's the stories we repeat without noticing. If this gentle correction surprised you, you can softly tap like now. No pressure, just appreciation. As your breathing slows, let this idea settle in. The universe is not out to harm you. It is mostly neutral, quiet, patient, and in that patience, something beautiful was born, something that learned how to glow for billions of years. Long after the universe began, something remarkable happened. The first stars slowly came to life, not suddenly, not dramatically. They gathered gas the way sleep gathers thoughts, gradually, gently, without effort. Inside these newborn stars, light learned how to exist. They didn't flicker, they didn't rush, they simply shone. Some of those stars lived for millions of years, others for billions. Imagine holding a breath that lasts longer than Earth itself. That is how calmly stars live. Even now, as you listen, stars are quietly burning, not for attention, not for witnesses, just because that is what they do. If this sense of deep time feels soothing, you might subscribe now. So these journeys can always find you again. And here's the thought to carry forward. If stars can exist so patiently, perhaps rest is more natural than we think. Next, we'll pause, not to learn, but to gently imagine. Now, there's nothing new you need to understand. This part is only for imagining. Picture yourself drifting slowly through space. No suit, no weight, no direction to choose. Stars glow softly around you, not bright, not sharp, just distant, gentle points of light. There is no up or down here, no past, no future. Only movement so slow you barely notice it happening. As you breathe in, imagine the universe breathing with you. As you breathe out, feel your body becoming lighter. If your thoughts wander, that's okay. Let them float away like tiny sparks. You don't need to follow every word. You don't even need to stay awake. If you're comfortable, allow your jaw to loosen, your shoulders to sink, your forehead to soften. You are not traveling anywhere. You are already where you need to be. And slowly, very slowly, we begin to drift outward again, toward shapes so large they move like smoke. Far beyond individual stars, entire galaxies glide through space. They don't spin quickly. They don't collide suddenly. They move the way clouds move, quietly, patiently, almost without intention. Our own galaxy is doing this right now. As you listen, the Milky Way is drifting, carrying billions of stars and countless worlds through an ocean of darkness. This motion is not urgent. Nothing is chasing it. Nothing is pushing it. It simply continues. And there's something deeply calming about that, because even on the largest scales imaginable, nothing feels rushed. If this gentle movement feels soothing to you, you can softly tap like now, a small signal of appreciation. And here's the thought to carry forward. Even things unimaginably vast move slowly enough to feel peaceful. Next, we'll discover a surprising truth, one that sounds dramatic at first, but is far gentler than it seems. Here's a fact that sounds dramatic, but feels surprisingly peaceful. Galaxies can collide, not suddenly, not violently. When galaxies meet, they pass through one another like slow-moving shadows. The distance between stars is so vast that almost nothing actually crashes. Instead, entire galaxies drift together for millions of years, shapes blending, arms stretching, light rearranging itself. If you could watch it happen, it would feel less like an accident and more like a dance. No alarms, no explosions, just gravity, quietly guiding motion. If this surprised you, you can gently comment, "Galaxy," a small signal that you're still drifting with us. And here's the calming thought to hold. Even the biggest interactions in the universe happen slowly enough to remain gentle. And next, we'll approach one of space's most misunderstood ideas, something many people fear, but almost never need to. The words black hole often sound frightening. They seem hungry, aggressive, uncontrollable. But here is the quiet reality. Black holes do not roam the universe. They do not chase stars. They do not pull everything inward. From far away, a black hole behaves like any other object with the same mass. Calm, predictable, patient. There is even one quietly resting near the center of our own galaxy. And it has been there for a very long time. If black holes were dangerous from afar, our galaxy would never have formed at all. If this eased something inside you, you can softly tap like now. No urgency, just acknowledgement. And remember this, fear often grows in silence. Understanding gently quiets it. Next, we'll slow time itself and discover why the universe never feels late. Here is something the universe understands very well. Time does not rush. Out there, beyond planets and stars, seconds lose their urgency. Minutes soften. Hours stretch into meaninglessness. A single moment in space can last longer than civilizations. Stars take millions of years to be born. Galaxies take billions of years to change shape. Nothing important happens quickly, and somehow that makes everything feel calmer. If you've ever felt behind in life, this thought can gently loosen that pressure. You are not late. You were never meant to race. The universe itself moves on a schedule so slow it barely notices clocks. If this idea brings you even a little peace, you can quietly like the video now. No sound, no rush. And hold on to this thought as we slow down further. If the universe has all the time it needs, perhaps you do too. And now, before we drift onward, let's gently bring the body along with the mind. You don't need to sit up. You don't need to wake up. Just notice your body for a moment. If it feels comfortable, let your fingers uncurl slightly. Let your jaw loosen. Let your tongue rest gently in your mouth. Take a slow breath in through your nose and release it without effort. Nothing forced, nothing counted. Your body already knows how to relax. You're simply giving it permission. If any part of you feels heavy, that's a good sign. Heaviness means rest is near. If you're enjoying this calm journey, you may subscribe now, so nights like this are always waiting for you. And as chapter 1 quietly fades, remember this. You've drifted through silence, stars, and time itself, and we're only just beginning. Next, we'll slowly turn our attention back toward home and discover why the universe feels personal. Now, imagine moving gently back toward home. From far away, Earth appears as a small, quiet glow, a soft blue breath floating in darkness. No borders are visible. No noise reaches here. No worries rise this far. Just a fragile light holding oceans, clouds, forests, and every story that has ever mattered to you. From this distance, arguments disappear. Deadlines fade. Only connection remains. Every laugh, every tear, every moment of love and confusion has unfolded on that tiny point of light. If this perspective feels common, you can softly tap like now, a small reminder that you're here, and let this thought settle gently. The universe is vast, yes, but it carries this one place with care, and you belong to it. Next, we'll move even closer, not to the planet, but to something much more intimate. Here is a quiet truth about you. The atoms that make your body are incredibly old. Long before Earth existed, before oceans formed, before the sun began to shine, those atoms were already here, forged inside ancient stars. When those stars reached the end of their lives, they gently released their matter into space. Over time, that matter became planets, and eventually, you. This means something beautiful. You are not separate from the universe. You are made of it. If this idea surprises you, you can gently comment the word stardust. Just a soft signal that you're still listening. And here's the thought to carry forward. Nothing about you is accidental. You are the universe, briefly learning how to feel. Next, we'll quietly dissolve a myth, one that makes people feel small, when the truth is far more comforting. There is a quiet myth many people carry to bed with them, that because the universe is so large, you must be small in a way that doesn't matter. But that idea misunderstands scale. Size does not decide meaning. Distance does not erase importance. A single thought can change a life. A single moment can change a future. And every thought you've ever had has happened inside this universe, not outside of it. If the universe had no way to feel, no way to notice itself, it would all pass by unseen. Your awareness changes that. If this brings even a little comfort, you can softly tap like now, a gentle acknowledgement. And let this truth settle slowly. Being small in size does not make you small in value. It simply means you're close enough to experience everything. Next, we'll explore a beautiful idea, one that suggests the universe may be quietly aware through you. Here's a thought that feels almost like a whisper. The universe may be observing itself through conscious beings. Stars burn without knowing they shine. Galaxies drift without noticing their beauty. But you can see them. You can feel wonder. You can ask questions. And in doing so, the universe becomes aware for a brief moment, not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly noticing itself. Through your eyes. If this idea feels calming rather than overwhelming, you might subscribe now. So these gentle journeys can always find you again and carry this with you. You are not separate from the cosmos. You are a place where it pauses and reflects. Next, we'll slow everything down again with a second visualization, one designed to guide you closer to sleep. Now, there's nothing you need to picture clearly. Just allow impressions to appear. Imagine yourself resting in a quiet place, somewhere between waking and sleep. Above you, the universe moves slowly, so slowly that nothing feels urgent. With each gentle breath in, feel space opening around you. With each breath out, feel weight leaving your body. You don't have to control the rhythm. The rhythm is already there. If thoughts appear, let them drift past like distant stars. Noticed, then released. Your body knows this moment. It has been preparing for it all day. If your eyelids feel heavy, that's perfectly okay. You don't need to stay alert. You don't need to follow every word. If this calm feels good, you can quietly like the video now, just once, without effort. And as your breathing slows, we gently open our eyes again, not to wake up, but to look at the night sky in a new way. Here's a thought that feels almost magical. When you look at the night sky, you're not seeing the present. Light takes time to travel. Some stars you see tonight are hundreds, thousands, even millions of years in the past. Their light began its journey long before cities existed, before names were spoken, before worries had a place to form. And yet, that ancient light arrives here just in time for you to see it. If this idea gently fascinates you, you can softly comment the word time, a quiet signal that you're still with us. There's something comforting about this. The universe is patient enough to send messages across eternity, and you are here to receive them without effort. Next, we'll pause for reassurance, a gentle reminder that you're doing perfectly fine, even if sleep hasn't arrived yet. If you're still awake right now, there's nothing wrong with that. Sleep doesn't arrive on command. It arrives when it feels welcomed. So if you're listening, you're doing exactly what you need to do. You don't have to try harder. You don't have to focus more closely. Even half listening is enough. Your mind can wander. Your thoughts can fade in and out. Every version of listening is okay. Sometimes the body falls asleep first. Sometimes the mind does. Both are normal. If you've made it this far, you're doing amazingly well. If you feel like it, you can gently like the video now. A quiet signal of appreciation. And remember this, you don't need to stay awake to receive the calm in these words. They'll continue whether you notice them or not. Next, we'll explore why nighttime itself feels different and why the universe seems calmer when the lights go out. There is a reason everything feels softer at night. The world slows down, sounds fade, edges blur. Your brain shifts into a different rhythm, one designed for rest, reflection, and repair. For most of human history, night was a time to pause, to listen, to look upward. The universe hasn't changed since then. Stars still glow quietly. The sky still stretches endlessly above you. At night, you are closer to how humans were meant to feel, protected, small, and safe under something vast. If this thought feels comforting, you may softly subscribe now, so these nights always have a place to return to. And let this settle gently. Darkness is not danger. It is a signal to rest. Next, we'll speak softly about endings, not sudden ones, but the slow, gentle kind that never need to be feared. When people think about endings, they often imagine something sudden, an abrupt stop, a sharp moment. But the universe doesn't work that way. Stars do not disappear overnight. Galaxies do not vanish in an instant. Even the largest endings take millions, sometimes billions of years. They fade, they soften, they transform into something quieter. Nothing important is rushed out of existence. And there's something deeply comforting in that, because it means there is no pressure to finish everything tonight, no urgency to solve every thought, no need to reach a conclusion. If this idea eases your mind, you can gently comment peace, only if it feels natural, and let this truth rest beside you. Endings in the universe are not losses. They are slow transitions into rest. And now, we don't move forward anymore. We simply allow ourselves to drift. There's nothing left you need to do now, no idea to hold on to, no image to remember, no sentence to follow carefully. If sleep has already arrived, that's perfect. If it hasn't, that's perfectly fine too. There's nothing left you need to listen for now. If sleep has already arrived, that's perfect. If you're still awake, that's perfectly okay too. These words don't need attention. They're here whether you follow them or not. If you're still listening and feel like it, you can softly comment completed or share which part felt most calming. Otherwise, just rest. The universe moves slowly. Endings are never sudden, and silence always returns. If your mind drifts back to the beginning of this video, that's okay. We started quietly, and we can begin again. just as gently. These words don't require attention. They're here, whether you listen or not. Your breathing will find its own rhythm. Your body will grow heavier on its own. And if your mind drifts back to the beginning of this journey, that's okay. The universe begins quietly. It always has. If you're still awake and feel like it, you can softly comment "completed" or share which part felt most calming. Otherwise, just rest. There is no real ending here, only a slow return to the same gentle silence we started with. And that silence will carry you the rest of the way.